the thing that started me on this political activism was I had this moment of cognitive dissonance because I'd been taking psychiatric drugs for years. I believed that was the answer, and that was the only route that had been hammered into my head. I met a guy who had been diagnosed with serious stuff, and he didn't take medications. And when I saw that one person had done it, I thought, oh my God, I can do this. So I came off of 5 psychiatric drugs at the time over a period of 6 months. And what happened at the end of that 6 months was I suddenly was like, if I had a chemical imbalance in my brain, why am I not going crazy right now? Why do I actually feel better? Wow, why does this music sound more alive? Wow, why am I able to play music that sounds more alive? Why all of a sudden do I have more feeling? And of course, I had more rage and sort of grief and intensity, but I also was like, you know, I don't think I'm gonna go back to the hospital, so what happened to the chemical imbalance in my brain? I found all this evidence to show that people who ended up in the mental health system had lots of trauma in their lives usually, but that wasn't being talked about. No one ever talked to me about that, ever. I started to find all this evidence that there was all these other kinds of places and programs and ways of doing things out there that had way better success rates with these experiences, and they were using little to no drugs. They were using human connection, different ways of relating to people. And what I'm doing now is I'm a trainer and I'm the operations manager for intentional peer support. And intentional peer support is basically, it's a framework, it's a model, it's a way of thinking about what we do in relationships with one another. The work I'm currently involved in with intentional peer support is all about sort of trying to create relationships where we have this mutuality, where we have this kind of equality with one another. It's vital. And so many people that end up in the mental health system have had traumatic experiences where, you know, they were powered over. So when that same dynamic, the power over, is replicated in mental health, whether it's through I'm an expert and you're a patient, or whether it's we're going to tell you what to do or we're going to force you what to do, you end up creating the same traumatic dynamic that happened before, and you're going to end up with a bad situation.